What the fuck is going on, everybody? HR Falcons 22 back here again, doing another snus review for you guys this time. I do apologize. I feel like I've been off YouTube for what seems like a fucking coon's age, but now I am back, and I've been gone. Why have I been gone? Because I'm a normal person, and I have class, and all my classes are fucking hard. But at the same time, I love the fact that they're challenging, so that's good. Everybody say hello to my roommate, Dimitri. Dimitri is from Chi-Town. And he actually, he's a music mastermind, which is why I fucking love him. And he actually took a pouch of my snus for the first time, and I don't know if he's enjoying it or not. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know.
It's trickling down my throat.
It's Trickling down his throat, and yeah. So maybe you feel good, and maybe you don't. I don't know. But so, anyways, I do apologize. I've been off YouTube for a while. Everybody's been like, "Well, when are you gonna put up a new video?" And I'm just like. After I finished studying for literally the rest of my life, I'd slept in the library the other night and just had no qualms about it. I woke up feeling like a homeless person, brushed my teeth with a paper towel in the bathroom, and then like stumbled into class. So that's my life. And that's why I dip, because it relieves stress. So anyways, let's go ahead and throw in a few pouches. So these, as I've said before, if you're a dipper, if you're, for some reason you don't know what snus is by now, snus is just it's a form of tobacco that's been washed clean of any cancer-causing agents, cancer-causing chemicals. It hasn't been washed clean of every cancer-causing chemical, but when you look at the contents of carcinogenic compounds and tobacco-specific nitrosamines in snus compared to normal American dip and cigarettes, the numbers are just so much lower, and it's actually ridiculous how much healthier snus is for you. So, for example, I was doing some research on something like this. When you combust a cigarette, right, 1,000 plus parts per million of carcinogenic compounds that you inhale into your chest cavity and into your fucking body. Dip, a normal American fire-cured dip, Copenhagen, Grizzly, Skull, anything like that. Grizzly, I mean, for the most part, American. It's like 70% American, but so dip, something like this, right? 27 parts per million, which is still a fair amount, but it's better than a fucking 1,000. Something like this, 3 parts per million of cancer-causing agents in this. So, like, this shit is fucking healthy for you. It's not healthy for you, but it's the healthiest. It's the lesser of all evils when you consider tobacco-related products. So, the reason that it does have a lower cancer-causing agent content is because snus is dry cured, whereas American dip is fire cured. So when you fire cure shit, it just like obviously soot and ash and smoke is going to go into American dip. Whereas in Swedish snus, it's just dry cured. There's nothing fancy about it. They take the tobacco leaves, they hang them up in a warehouse, and just leave them to dry. And then after they're dried, snus, the tobacco that they use to make snus, is actually washed clean of most of the impurities, most of the cancer-causing chemicals in it. So that's why it's significantly more healthy for you than even American dip. But at the same time, 3 parts per million, right? Fuck. 3 parts per million, 27 parts per million, 1,000 parts per million in fucking cigarettes. Okay, which one are you gonna pick? So, anyways, let's go ahead and just throw in 2 of these little pouches right now. And if you haven't done snus before, and if you're watching this video and maybe you're a first-time snoozer, snus is actually placed in the upper lip. So I'm not really sure the reason behind that. I think it might be maybe it absorbs easier, maybe it's just a matter of like a discretion or something like that. But so let's go ahead and do this one up there, and then this one right up here. I feel like I look retarded right now. Like I mean like hi. I feel like a clown. Or no, I feel like Bruce Jenner.
Bruce Jenner.
Like just somebody who's gotten plastic surgery. Like, hee. God damn it. So, anyways, God, what did I even want to talk about in this video? Oh, so in my snus.
This is your 3rd time. So
I know, this is fucking take 3 because apparently YouTube is trying to reconnect constantly every time I try and upload a goddamn video. So It's 11. I have a fucking bullshit presentation to go to at 1 o'clock, and it's gonna last 3 hours. And then after that, I'm working. So like, also, and then I'm probably gonna go out. So, speaking of going out, we have some stories to tell. Everybody, for some reason, enjoys my stories. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. If you don't, I really don't fucking care. Why are you watching this video anyways if you don't? So,
I, for one, hate them.
I know. I fucking hate your stories, man. I hate being your roommate. Why couldn't I just get a new roommate?
Well, I will.
I know, you probably would. Well, you're staying at least till second semester. Because normally RMs are not supposed to have roommates, right? But Dimitri was assigned to room with me, which you would think would fucking suck, right? Because I'm an RM or whatever. But then Dimitri quickly found out that I don't give a shit and that I'm fucking awesome. So, anyways, God, that sounded like the most narcissistic thing ever.
I was gonna say the narcissism is killing me.
I apologize. So, anyways, where were we? Oh, where were we going? Story time. So, last weekend, I went out, and because I go out a decent amount, for an RM and for a junior in college, like, it's okay to go out every night if you're a freshman, and if you're trying to fuck up your life, if you're trying to get a good GPA like I was, then don't go out every night. But junior, as soon as you get to be like a junior senior, if you're in a type of major that actually matters, it's not like communications or like some easy fucking major like that, then you'll know you can't go out like as much as you could freshman and sophomore year because your major has just gotten significantly more difficult. Your classes have gotten significantly more difficult. So I made the horrible decision to go out on, Friday and Saturday night. So on Friday night, my phone breaks because I put it in this puddle. And by the way, we're just going to let this snooze kind of stew right now. And then I'll give you guys my review after the stories. So I go out Friday night, right? My phone breaks because I laid it in a puddle on the fucking bathroom sink that literally was like 0.23 milliliters of water. And then I pull my phone away from it, and the screen is all like splotchy and shit. So I start to freak out. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I start trying to clean it up. I like blow dry it, and I'm like thinking about putting it in rice, and it quits on me. I go to the women's soccer game, and my phone quits on me. So at this point, going out is like Russian roulette. So I go out Friday night. That's a fun time. That's cool, whatever. I go out Saturday night. Literally, like, had so much Sprite that I was having just the best time ever. And because I only drink Sprite when I go out. So, I go out and I don't have a phone, and it's just like, oh my god, but I'm with a few of my friends, and it's all cool, it's all great. Until we get to Kildare's. Kildare's, if you've been to USC, is like the atypical freshman, dirty, grungy, like shitty bar. I went down to Kildare's actually, I think my sophomore year, because I lost my phone there, and literally you walk in there during the day and you're like, how the fuck did I end up here at night? Because there's like an inch of just sticky like beer filth on the ground, and it's fucking disgusting. But so we go to Kildare's. Kildare's has $5 fish bowls. What's in a fish bowl? Powerade, Blue Powerade, and Everclear, and that's about it. So, and they're $5. So of course, I purchased a fish bowl, and of course, I woke up the next morning having no recollection of what happened. So, I wake up the next morning, and I'm like, and I open my eyes, and I don't recognize anything around me. There's like floral print and like Vera Bradley shit all over the place. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where am I? And I turn over, and there's just a stranger, just some girl that I've never met before in my life ever. And she's just like laying next to me. And I'm like, what the fuck? And apparently, we came back to Bates' house here. Dimitri, did you or did you not walk in on us?
For what?
For the last weekend? God. Dimitri.
Second time.
Yeah, second time Dimitri has walked in.
Sorry.
No, that's my fault because I texted you the first time.
Yeah,
but then
the first time was my fault.
But then,
I was just like, fuck this, I'm not looking at my phone.
Yeah, but then the second time I didn't even text him, and poor Dimitri like walked in as I was like, so like there's that.
I'm like, can I come in now?
yeah. I like pull the covers up and everything, and Dimitri's like, hi, can I come in? God. The first time you were like, can I grab my headphones or something like that? And I was like, yeah, you're good to go. And I think, did you?
The second time? I did. In the
Or no, the first time
That
you
was
like.
the first time I wanted my headphones. Second time I wanted my GameCube memory card.
Oh
We were
yeah.
playing Smash Bros. Upstairs.
Yeah, and then didn't you crash on the couch the first
The
time?
first time I crashed on the couch.
So like the first
Sweet
time Dimitri
sounds
walked in on me.
in my ears.
the first time Dimitri walked in on me, he like opens the door and I was like, Dimitri, no! And he like walked in and it was just like, oh, sorry. And then we have a couch at the end of the hall and Dimitri crashed on that. So, I mean, I'm sorry.
Could
Dimitri.
you like not find me at some point? You're like, where the fuck is he?
Oh yeah, like after the second time, or no, yeah, no, it was after the second time. We were like, where the fuck is Dimitri? Because I don't know. Maybe I was just drunkenly wandering around like looking for you. But where's Dimitri?
You found me with I think Corey.
Oh yeah. So oh god, I remember now somewhat. So anyways, like wake up next to this strange, right? I'm just like, what the fuck? She is taking me back to Bates' house, and she's like, I don't even know this girl's name. Like, it's completely horrible, like, terrible situation. And she knows my name. Like, she must have remembered everything that happened, because she's like, thanks for such a fun night, Drew. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. And, like, what's your name? Like, I don't know your name, but obviously I wasn't going to ask her, like, oh, yeah, what's your name, by the way? So, she takes me back here to Bates, and as I'm getting out of her car, I'm like, yeah, that was fun, like, we should do it again sometime, like, give her a hug. And then as I'm getting out of the car, my feet are just dragging because my soul is dragging. I'm just like, ugh. And I'm getting out of her car, right? There's all these envelopes and, like, mail on her floor, and my feet are just dragging, and I scrape some of these envelopes, and they fall out of her car as I'm getting out. So as I go to pick up the envelopes, I'm like, oh, sorry, I'll pick up your envelopes. So I go to pick up her envelopes, and I flip it over, and I notice that one of the envelopes is like a billing envelope or something. And I notice that there's a name on it. So I'm like, okay, we have it. She has 3 roommates, right? So we have like a 1 in 4 chance of this being the right name, because maybe she picked up her roommate's email. I'm not really sure. But I'm like, oh yeah, thanks for such a good night, Claire. And she was like, see you later. And I was just like, yes, I got her fucking name right. Like, oh my god. And I was so happy for myself. And then I realized I was like, fuck, I should make better life decisions. So that's that story. That's the male story. The other night, and then there's that Friday night, the Friday night before that Saturday night where everything happened. That Friday night, I actually got a little altered with one of the other RMs, but he's not an RM. And I'm just covering for ourselves right now. But so we go down, we're sitting at these picnic tables, right? And we're like, fuck. And we wake up, or no, we don't wake up, but we're just sitting there and we're like watching, I don't know, random shit, because when you get like, then you just look at random shit and you listen to random shit and you're like, oh, this is really fucking cool. So we're just sitting there literally staring off into nothingness, like, and this midnight soccer team comes down to the picnic tables and they start playing midnight soccer at the fields that we're just like chilling at. So they come down, they're playing midnight soccer. They have a glow-in-the-dark soccer ball and a glow-in-the-dark frisbee that they are like throwing around, and they must have had no idea that we were sitting there watching them, because we were both just looking at each other like, holy fuck, this is fucking awesome. Because like, if you ever like get high and then you watch a glow-in-the-dark soccer ball, it's fucking amazing. Try it out sometime. So yeah, and then we were walking, maybe I told you this, Dimitri, I don't know, but we were like walking back to Bates, and it was past midnight, so we were like, oh fuck, like one of the other RMs isn't going to be at the desk or whatever, and then we realized like, oh wait, fuck, yeah, we're RMs, like, oh yeah. So that's that story. But anyways, on to bigger and better things. So I have some new favorite bands, some other things that I wanted to talk to you guys about just really quickly. Someone had personally messaged me about tobacco and nicotine in general being a antidepressant or anxiolytic, something to that effect. So I did a little bit of research into that. Nicotine is indeed it's an anxiolytic, but it also works by producing acetylcholine in the brain. I think it does produce acetylcholine, nicotine does. So acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter in the brain that's really responsible for mood stabilization. It's mainly like mood. Mood is probably the main thing that acetylcholine, definitely helps with. So nicotine. Nicotine catalyzes acetylcholine production, which is why like you feel happy when you take a dip, and when you're not dipping, you feel depressed. So, but that's that. As far as to the effect of nicotine being a antidepressant, I really cannot speak to that. I really didn't do that much research into nicotine as an antidepressant. What I do know, though, is that if you take a lipper right before you go to bed and you're like laying in bed and taking a dip and drifting off to sleep, nicotine will give you the craziest dreams of your life, especially if you take it with melatonin, which also gives you very fucked up dreams. So if you have like melatonin, take a melatonin and then take a lipper and then fall asleep, I guarantee you'll have the craziest goddamn dream ever. So try it out. But I would look into nicotine as far as like an antidepressant goes, because I mean, let's be honest, if you're going to be on an antidepressant, then nicotine is probably the safest antidepressant out there, because SSRIs and all that other bullshit, really, like Prozac and all these drugs and everything that are antidepressants, like horrible for you, like Effexor, absolutely horrible for you. So look into it before like you go to your doctor. If you're feeling depressed or whatever, before you go to your doctor and get prescribed some crazy ass medication, look into alternative methods of like dealing with depression. So for example, exercise is amazing. If you exercise only 3 times a week, 3 times a fucking week, it's like 10 times more effective than even the strongest antidepressant. So I mean, just keep that in mind. And it's yeah, you gotta have it. So anyways, on to other things. So I've been listening to a lot of music lately, obviously with Dimitri. Dimitri is a music major, but I mean, he's thinking about withdrawing, right? Hopefully his parents don't watch this video, but yeah, fuck music majors.
Well, I mean, especially because like I'm doing snus.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
My mom will be like, tobacco,
no. But Dimitri is like a very musically gifted person. So he's introduced me to a lot of cool shit. A lot of cool new bands, and I figured I would tell you guys about him. So, his new favorite band, and also like my new favorite band, my new favorite rap group. Actually, it's kind of like a rap R&B group. Sidewalk Chalk. They're from Chicago. They're fucking awesome. Let's see, what's the name of their debut album? Is it just Sidewalk Chalk?
It's called The Corner Store, I believe.
The Corner Store. The Corner Store is the like EP debut album by this band this group Sidewalk Chalk from Chicago. Check them out on Spotify. They're fucking awesome, because I figured out that because they have like a prominently featured female vocalist, they're like one of the first rap groups that I've like ever heard, at least in like my listening career, that has such a prominently featured and like eloquent female vocalist. So that's why I fucking love them, and their beats are just fresh.
And not only that, they have a lot to say. Because they even like say that they're a pretty diverse group in age, race, and or like from where they come from. And stuff too. So they have like a lot of
old people, young
experience to bring to the table.
Yeah.
I transcribed their lyrics last night for one of their songs. It is freaking insightful as hell.
What was Plastic?
Yeah, Plastic.
Yeah, so check out Plastic by Sidewalk Chalk, and that's probably Dimitri's least favorite song off their album, right?
Great.
And it's fucking awesome. Movement of the Mind is also an amazing song, and Birds of a Feather, also a good song. So check out Sidewalk Chalk. Chance the Rapper. I did not listen to Acid Rap because apparently Acid Rap came out like back in April, and I didn't even know about it because I hadn't been following Chance the Rapper. And Chance the Rapper is fucking awesome. I've heard that he sucks live, which like that kind of blows. But Acid Rap is a phenomenal album. I really, really liked it. That said, I mean, Chance the Rapper he's my age. He's 20 years old. So he does have like a lot more growth, a lot more potential to mature in his delivery, at least. But his lyrics are amazing. Like Acid Rap, I thought was really, really an awesome album. So check out Chance the Rapper. Delta Sound, Iron and Wine, Sunvolt, that's Sonvolt. It's kind of like an electro country band. Like, they're really fucking awesome. I was listening to them earlier, and they're great. Over the Rhine. What was the name of that song that I was listening to earlier? Let me look it up really quick. Over the Rhine, this song is called Gonna Let My Soul Catch My Body. And this song is just awesome. I really, really like it. And let's see. Oh, Over the Rhine and the Royal Concept. Everybody, please go invest in good headphones right now, because I let Dimitri try out my beloved Sures, my babies, and just they fucking blew your mind, right, Dimitri?
Oh, I mean, I know why I love music, because of your shit.
Mm-hmm. It's just like, if you have good headphones, it's just like another fucking dimension of sound. So invest in good headphones. I was working out last week, and I was listening to actually this cover of Spoon Man originally by Soundgarden, but there was this cover on YouTube by this band called Sons of Static. Fucking incredible cover. Go check them out. Their tone is just, it's Sons of Static Spoon Man cover, and their tone is just like so thick and heavy, and it's the best workout song I think I've ever heard. It just like gets you in the zone. And I had my good headphones in, right, and I was doing cardio, and literally I felt like so empowered. I was like the most naturally high I think I've ever been. So, and that's all because like these headphones fucking rock. So invest in good headphones. Let's see. What else about recent news? Expectations for the Kentucky game. I really don't know what to think. All I know is that our defense needs to fucking pick it up. And I also know that I was actually happy that Connor Shaw got injured. I'm sorry if you maybe you're a Connor Shaw fanboy. I'm not really sure, but Connor Shaw, like, a great player. Obviously, he's a better fucking football player than I ever was, but I don't like Shaw for the simple reason that he has no vision. He has no, spatial awareness in the pocket. He gets sacked so many times, and if I could count the number of times where I've sat and, screamed at my TV, fucking throw it, Shaw! Fucking throw it! He doesn't throw it, and he, gets sacked for a loss, I would be a very rich man. I like Dylan Thompson so much more than Connor Shaw because Dylan Thompson is the atypical Spurrier quarterback. He's a gunslinger. Yeah, he doesn't have legs. Yeah, he can't really rush as well as Shaw does, but Dylan Thompson absolutely slings the football, and so that's why I love him. I do like Shaw for the fact that he's a very good runner when he can get space out of the pocket, but the fact that he hasn't been sliding lately, that's probably the reason why he got hurt, is he tries to bulldoze his way and get yards or whatever. If you can sustain a play with your legs, then great, but be smart about it, slide. Don't try and be a fullback. You're not a fullback, Connor Shaw. You're a quarterback. But I will be anxious to see what you do against Kentucky, especially since if we don't beat Kentucky, then I'm transferring. So, let's see. So let's get back to General Snus last. And apologies if you want to watch the entire review and just skip to the snooze part of the review. Just go from 5 minutes and in between 5 minutes and now. Just skip all the in between and come to now, because this snooze is fucking incredible, and I just love snooze in general. As I mentioned before, it's a very natural taste. It doesn't taste like the snooze that is American snooze, like Marlboro or Camel snooze or anything like that. It's very earthy. It almost tastes like tea leaves, especially just the original snooze. It's an earthy flavor, but I would say it's almost like a fresh earthy. It's not like a dark, rustic, robust earthy like Copenhagen long cut would be. It's more of a light earthy, and it really, it tastes like tea leaves. That's pretty much how I would describe it. How would you describe it, Dimitri?
Snooze.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. All right, Dimitri likes snooze, yo.
On a rating of good to pretty good. It's fucking great.
It's fucking great. On a rating of good to pretty good, it's fucking great, according to Dimitri, the first-time snooze user. I fucking love it. I love the fact that I've corrupted you, Dimitri. So if I had to give a final rating, as far as snooze goes, this is only the second snooze review I've ever done. But as far as snooze goes, I would say this is probably the best snus that I've tried yet. Maybe that's just because it's the original flavor. It's unadulterated. It doesn't have any artificial flavorings or anything like that in it. I did like the General Wintergreen or the General Spearmint or whatever it was that I reviewed earlier. I like this a little bit more than that. But that's probably just personal preference. So if I did have to give it a final rating, I'd say like 9 out of 10. I don't really know what makes a snooze a 10 out of 10 instead of a 9 out of a 10. Or instead of a 10 out of 10 because I just haven't tried it enough. I haven't done enough snooze. But I will be experimenting with some other snooze brands and coming back and doing reviews on those shortly. So thank you guys again for watching. I do apologize. This video is probably like very fucking long right now and you're probably sitting there like, what the fuck am I doing? I probably have better shit to do. But I just wanted to make a video, reassert myself on YouTube because, again, I've been off forever and I do apologize. So assuming that I don't have anything to do, like as far as class goes, which I do, I have a ton of shit to get done. So I should probably go do that. But I will be coming back with a review, another review shortly. I haven't had the chance to play golf either, so I need to do the golf review. I know that I have to do the golf review. So thank you guys again. Appreciate it. Keep on snoozing. Keep on dipping. Keep on doing whatever it is that you enjoy because this life is short and you got to do what you love. So last minute advice from Drewby. Take it